Marco here, welcome to FTB Infinity. I'm starting in my test world. I'm just testing a few things with building cells, and I had to show you this. Look at this, it's a cow disguised as a mushroom. Is that not the best animal hat combo? Yeah, you know, don't you? Is that the best animal hat combo you've ever seen? Also, while I'm here, check out really quickly how cool the vampire gear is. Ooh, have a sick your blood. Okay then, here I am back in my real world here, and I've got a lot of stuff to do. I want to get on. In fact, I think I'm going to use this guy in a spawner. For that though, I need to create a second cell. And what I've done is up here, I've built a cell. I've just been testing in my single player test world if I can accurately use a BC builder to copy these, and I can. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have all the cells uniformly the same. Now, what these can't do, what the BC builder can't build, and what the cell cannot transport, is carpet slopes. So the plan is to have carpet slopes all around this. In fact, I'll go and show you in the actual cell we've got stored how it's a little bit different from this. I wonder if any mobs can spawn down there. Can spawn up on here. Have to be careful. I just want to get a little bit more lab blocks so I can actually finish the walls before I build a BC builder. But I'm going to build a BC builder in a minute. Before we get going with that, I'm hoping to get the Enderman spawner done by the end of this episode, but we might not get to it. Before we do that, I've not rewired that yet, have I? Let's jump in here. So this is how I ended up with the bees at the end of the last episode. I've got my floor is too high, so I've got to walk around space under here. I've got blocks, I've got pipes recessed into it. I'm using the same thing here that actually caused my world to crash, so I won't be removing any of these without saving my world first. So this works really nice. It puts power in and it pulls the items out of all the apiaries, so we're getting the combs out. So that's what's going on there. We've got ME interface, so it's putting things into the ME network via P2P there, and that's all good. On this side we've got power P2P, that's putting the power out into these. And the reason why I want to use these is, if you look at these, they have got a transfer rate of 2k per connection. So transfer amount is per connection. So if I'm connecting to that there, it should be able to put 2k into each of these. So, well, easy enough to keep going, unless it's there, I'm not sure. That's a drop down in power it can transfer. That can do more, can't it? They can do 8k, they can do 2k. So does that mean that puts 8k into 2k, and then that 2k goes to each connection? That's right, I think, isn't it? But that's 8k into one connection. So does that mean that 2k gets shared between all them? Ooh, it's tricky. The reason why I want to use it is because it does that per connection. What I think I'm going to have to do for the centrifuges is use extra utility ones. I've just left these over here now because I've all got power in, and it's a lot of power to throw away. Million, 1.6 million, 5 million, and a million. So I kind of want to use them. I kind of want to move them once I've got teleposers rather than moving them now. So they're staying over there for now. But the plan for them at the minute is to go up here. I did have real fancy design plans for this room. Instead I've just made it real basic. But as you can see, got all the carpet slopes from the edge with just the basic lab blocks. So I've got like a uniform where this is going to look. And this is exactly the same as that other one that I built out in the overworld there. It's got the hole there ready for the thing to go underneath it, and we can plumb things in, so we can do them all kind of the same. I kind of want it to be uniform, so like that they've been produced in a factory, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I've got all my bees over here. I have added a few more bees. What I've done is we've got quantum there, demonic. I put demonic back in just to get glowstone, and then we had a radioactive here. I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 radioactives. So I copied them up using this. I got my radioactive species thing over here. There it is, radioactive. And then I give them all, I got like 5 drones, 5 princesses, give them all radioactive, and then I use the production one there, give them all that, so they're all the same. So they're producing away, so we're getting a lot of combs, a lot of fuel combs. I don't know why they should be getting binned. Why are you not getting binned? I'll bin you. They should be going straight in the bin. If we look there, we've got 9,300 certus, we've got 17k mellow, which is the normal quartz. These are the ones I need to get processing more than anything else, really. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to go set this to 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do these patterns of 8s. So we're going to have apiaries down that side spreading across the room, and centrifuges down this side spreading across the room. I could have done this with logistics pipes, I think, but it's learning logistics pipes again when I've not used it for a long time. What I'm going to have to do here, the problem I've got is the way these transfer out, they do it on like half a, if you look at one, it tells you. Let's have a look. There we go. So extraction rate half a second. Yeah. Extraction multiple slots. Speed boost 3. Extraction rate half a second. So what happens is, this is the problem with them, for what I'm trying to do here. What happens is, let's get our, where's our stuff? Let's get our centrifuges. So if we have got a lot of these connected to power over here, we need to feed into them, easy enough. We need to feed out of them, also. You'd think easy enough, but there we go. I'm going to do these in 8s because they get blocked up otherwise. So if we had that in there, that's going to give us up to 3 products. And the problem is that half a second thing, it keeps checking the first products, and then before it can check the first product gets something in it again. So it kind of gets backed up by getting stuck on the first product there. So it's eventually going to get all backed up and jammed up. I don't know if it's a problem though. I don't know if it's a problem that I need to worry about, or if not. Right, in fact, let me wire it up the same as this. I'll make sure I save my wire before I do that bit. And we'll see if it actually works. So what do I want to do? I want to go and get, oops, they're in there, aren't they? I'll get these guys. And I'm going to put one of these fluctuating ducts under each one of here. The beauty of the centrifuges is that they can be fed in and out to on any side. So feeding in and out via the bottom works, which is very nice. I'm kind of paranoid about breaking any of these now though, because of that weld crash. Right, so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to feed in from my AA system into these. Now the way I've worked out I have to do that is I need to put things into a buffer. How do I want to do this? Give me a minute, I'll get a few things put together and then I'll talk you through what I've done. Okay, I think I've got what I need here. I'll tidy it up afterwards. So I'm going to run a smart cable across from there. I'll cover all this later. Now what we need to do, I decided I'm going to do exactly the same as that side. I want to see how far this gets me. So basically what I've got here is I've extended this so I can have more apiaries over this side. So I'm just going to keep going from the same line there, because it might back up, I don't know, we'll see. This may all be changed in the future, we shall see. So I've run a power cable across exactly the same, I've connected that, so the power's going to all of these, so we'll see. And then I've brought this line over here, so what I'm going to do down here now is, I'll come one further there. I'm a sucker for doing exactly the same as everyone on the other side. Right, so what I want to do is, if I come down there, what I want is, I want to have a ME interface feeding back into my network. And what we're going to have on that is our dodgy resonant retriever. Just going to go on there, bam. And we're going to want to set that so that it ignores redstone. So anything in the output of these is going to pull from there, we're going to put them into the ME network. Okay, and then what we want to do with this though now is we also want to put things in. So for that, I'm going to use an ME export bus. I'll put it on there. We have a couple of things in here. First, we're going to have a capacity card. We need more than one thing in this. Then we'll have a fuzzy card. And then finally, we'll have an acceleration card. Now, the fuzzy card is going to help us, because if you look at our combs in here, I think I've already said this, but if you look at our combs, all the ones for FTBs are the same meta number 4792. So as long as I've got one of them in there, all the ones from vanilla forestry, such as the mellow comb, are 4583. So we've got forestry, we've got extra bees, and then that's extra bees as well, isn't it? Yeah. 4583, 4792. That's all I've got to now. But we've also got magic bees, and we have got gendustry bees, so that's 4. So with that fuzzy card in there, it means I only need to have 4 slots open, which I have got. So I've put them like that. Now, what I cannot do with this is push straight into a pipe, it seems. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a buffer like that. And then I wonder if the buffer can actually push into a tube. Can you push into there? Seems to be. Now the thing is that going to be? Is that just retrieving? Probably is going to be, isn't it? So that's not going to work, is it? So I need to filter what can be retrieved in this. Oh man. So that's all my different products I'm going to want. So, in fact, no, blacklist, of course. Okay, so I want to use metadata. I ignore metadata. I want to blacklist combs. So there we go. Oops. Blacklist the combs, and the combs should not be able to go back into here. Anything but combs should. So we should start getting products. Excellent. So we've got, as you can see there, mellow combs into that. And they go into there. Now the only problem is, will things pull out of here quick enough once it's all full? But I suppose it doesn't really matter. As long as I'm getting more than I'm getting products in, it's eventually all going to sort out, isn't it? So I think we're all good. What am I using on there? I'm using 4 channels. 1, 2, yeah, 4 channels. So that should be okay. At the minute it's just me doing mellow combs. It's going to get me quartz, which is good, because that's what I kind of want first anyway. So this should gradually fill all these up. I bet we're not down here yet, are we? Oh, we are already, look. And that's the only issue, is will it pull these out quick enough? So what I want this to do also, this retrieval node, which is pretty clever, will go round robin. So it should look for all the outputs. I may need more of these. It should look for all the different outputs in these 16 things and gradually work its way through them. Right, okay. I'm gonna go, it's like dinner time, so I'm gonna go for a walk into the village, get myself some dinner, come back and see how this is going, and then hopefully, if it's working okay, we can get on with the next thing. Okay then, this is going pretty well. Yeah, they all seem to be keeping up. They all look like they're getting power, although these machines don't actually show how much power they're getting. Okay, ignore that. So, yeah, all seems to be going well. All the items are coming out, so that's all good. And if we look at our combs in here, we are down from 17,000 to what, 8,000. So we should have a lot of nether quartz. We've got a fair amount, that's all good. So yeah, great stuff. Let's jump back into the overworld then. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a blueprint of my cells here. So just before I do that, I need to actually make a bit more lab blocks. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that'll be enough. And we want to say around here. Just while we're waiting, I'd like to say thank you to the people who have donated. Thank you very much. After last episode when I mentioned it, I've got a couple of more donators, so thank you very kindly. It will greatly help me in getting a better mic. And right, I want quartz. There we go. So let's get all these crats on up here. Should have probably done this off camera, to be honest. But as you can see, this is exactly the same as the one in the cell. The only difference is that this one doesn't have the carpenter's blocks. What am I looking for? I am looking for that guy. That's nearly dead. I'll make a diamond one next time. This reminds me, I've been building in Pathfinder. I've not done a Pathfinder video for a few days because I'm building a new base, and with the limited inventory and limited stack space, it's taking me absolutely ages and it's quite frustrating. So that's why you've not seen a Pathfinder video for a few days. There will be one coming. I just want to get my new living area to a state where I can actually live in it, which is not quite there yet. I spent several hours doing it yesterday, and what reminded me was it's greatly made out of lab blocks. Right, so there we go. We've got our base area. Yeah, look, there's mobs down there. I think I might have to put. I think I may have to put a second magnum torch up here just for when I'm building these. But this should get a little bit easier now anyway. So that's all good. What I want to do now then, come back down here, and we're going to build a couple of things. We're going to build a. Put in here BC builders. That's going to cover all the things we need. Are you my building pouch? You are. Let's put them in there. That keeps that tidy. Let's dump some of these items in there. And that stuff wants to be in the tool bag. Let's keep on top of stuff. Like so. Excellent. And my inventory is now nice and tidy for the next part. Right, so BC builders, I'm going to want first up an architect table. So how many diamond gears? I'm sure we should be able to use the thermal expansion gold gears. We can, wonderful. So 2 of them. Does a builder use these as well? It does. Okay, so 4 of them. And then we'll make them into diamond ones. Should I make this off camera? Probably should. What we're missing? Crafting table. So they're very similar, these 2 things, aren't they? We've got crafting table, crafting table. That one has a chest, that one's a blueprint. Okay, so let's make some blueprints. I'm going to want just 1 for now. 2. I want 2 for now. Chest. I think I've got like a stack of chests in there. And some of these guys. A redstone torch. I'll have a stack of them. Why not? No, I won't have a stack of them, it turns out. So I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 for the actual saving of the thing. Then I think I want 2 for here, 1 for there and 1 for there. Yeah, so 1, 2. So now I should have everything I need to make myself a builder. No, I'm missing. What are these things? Yellow dyes. Don't have yellow. Okay. Dandelion. Let's do it the quick way for now. I could get more of these if I was. Ah, man. I could get more of these if I processed them through a pulverizer or something, but never mind. So that gets me our first thing, the builder. And then I'm going to want 2 more dandelions. I'm doing this terribly. Get me the architect table. Sweet. Now I think we've got everything we need. The only other thing we're going to need is a power source. So I'll take that up there. What am I doing? I thought I had a wrench in my hand. I'm an idiot. Right. So this is where our cell is. So I'm actually going to have a hole in the wall there. So I'll be able to stand there, it turns out. I'll be able to stand here and transport myself into the cell. So that's all good. So I cannot have the thing here because it's going to get in the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down this side, and what we're going to put down is 4 landmarks. 1, 2, 3, and then right around here on this opposite side here 4. Wonderful. And we're going to connect them up by clicking on that one. And now all I need to do is put my architect table there. At the end of that, we get our landmarks back, which I shall collect for good practice. You see that we have got a box around this. Now the really important bit here is we need to make sure that this is set to excavate off, because if we have that excavate on, so what I was trying in my test world, then it will break these blocks, these spatial pylons. If we put excavate off, it won't do that. So basically they're within the pattern. These guys are within the pattern, so that would break them if it had excavate on. So we don't mind them being there. We have excavate off. Also what you want to do is put in a name. So I'll put cell template, and then we'll put in our blueprint, and we can make that go away. Bam, and now we've got a blueprint. Excellent. So I can break this. Now what I need to do is, turns out I use a pick for that. Now what I need to do is I need to actually get this into a cell. So I'm going to make another 128, in fact I'll make two. I'll make 228 by 128 spatial things. These guys, spatial storage cells. So I'll get them two made. Then we should come back. We're going to put that one into a cell. I'm just going to use my charm of dislocation to get in and out of it for now, but once it's a usable cell, we shall get a quantum ring here and here, and one inside each cell as well, and we'll take it from there. That took a little longer than expected because I didn't have enough fluids, so I've had to create some patterns. Wrong side. I've had to create some patterns to be able to sort out fluids a bit easier. So I've added a lot of patterns down here, a lot of A specific patterns to the pattern terminal, to the interface terminal there, so I can now autocraft certain things. I've also wired this guy up, and it doesn't really. I tried it with a crafting card and it wasn't crafting the Certus quartz. I might have to do this with an ME interface on the side of here. What this is doing, it's taking Certus quartz that I've crafted from pure into blocks, yeah, and then it's making it into charged, getting it sucked back in, and that's on a level emitter for 1024 of charge, which we can then make into fluids. So I needed a way to get more fluids and have enough. So I've done that now, and I've got myself a 128 spatial. Awesome. So now if we go up here, what I should be able to do is put that in there. This is going to be cell 2. And if I come in here, the scary bit, make sure I've got fuel in there. Yeah, I've got a lot of fuel in there. Awesome. Give this a press. Bam. And nothing happened. Oh, because I've got it turned off. Idiot. So, wait for that to connect. These will all go blue. That's if I've rewired it properly after I exploded it. Oh, yeah, there we go. We've gone blue. Yeah, online. So that's taking about 600 RF a tick just to have this powered up, so it's why I don't have it powered on all the time. Shouldn't be an issue long term, but okay. Bam. What's going wrong? What's going wrong? Stored power, yeah. Required power. Efficiency. We've got enough power stored. Why aren't you working? A. So empty cell. Yeah. Oh, because there's a redstone signal onto that. I'm a knob. Let me sort this out. Should be good to go now. I had to go and get my memory card and sort out. I broke the P2P tunnel, so I had to replace that. So we're powered up. Yeah, we've got power. That's not got a redstone signal on there. So now if I come to here, and I should get teleported with this. Boom, there we go. So here we go, this is cell 2. And we are now in cell 2. What I want to do, if I do anything else, is just tidy that up. 2 of them. Cover the hole in the wall. And of course we will be having a RF Tools teleporter into this one, just like the other one. But for now, to get in and out of this, what I need to do is set my enhanced charm of dislocation so that it's got a way into this. So I'm just going to have it here, and I'm going to go right click that. I'm going to add new. I'm going to call it cell 2 because it makes sense. Commit, lock that, and we'll move it up below cell 1. Sweet. So I can get in and out of this one. So we've got our next cell here. This is ready for doing mob spawns and stuff, so we'll be back into this in a bit. I will, off camera, make the quantum bridge and stuff and that, but I don't want to do that just yet. I want to come back out to the tree. I want to see if my automatic building thing works for the next cell. So if we come back up here now, I can turn that off. And now over here, what I want to do is I want to grab my builder, my blueprint, my power source. I'm going to want a load of bricks. That should be all we need. So this looks like it's changed. When I did this in my test world, I moved it in one and it broke a lot of spatial things. This could be quite expensive if I do this wrong. I'm going to go, I'll put that there, and I'm going to put the blueprint in. And our pattern looks to be in the right place. We have got our blueprint is set. Does it say on there? It doesn't say it on there, but our blueprint is set not to destroy blocks. So it's all looking correct. So what I should be able to do now is, if we look into there, if we turn off any AI for a second, this is what we need. 922, 828, 520. So I'm going to get as many of these out as I can. I've probably not got enough of these made, to be honest. But we've got quite a lot of it made. So I'm going to put my power source down next to this. And then I'm going to start chucking all these guys in. What should happen? Are you giving power? No. Do you not work with this? Disabled. Input, output. There we go. So what we should see is this just builds our next cell for us. So it's just a case of getting the bricks ready for it. And then it should nice and quickly build our next cell. So we've kind of automated the building of cells. Kind of. There's still some manual involvement. I think I've certainly got enough. I might have enough Tyrian in there. So there we go. So it's just a case of each time I want another cell, I can come here now. I can leave this here. All I need to do once it's finished building this one is, once it's finished, it'll drop the blueprint into here. All I need to do to make it work again is put the blueprint back in there, and I run power to this from the AME network. Eventually, I suppose I could make it so it auto crafts the bricks and stuff, and have that from the AME network as well. There we go. We've got a nice little crafted area fully on the go. Yeah, I need some more. Need some more of all three of these by the look of it. So I shall get that finished, and then we can look at making a spawner in oh, exactly, don't want to do that. I think what I need is, from a comment, thank you very much, a dislocation focus. That's found with Tinkerer. I can use that to pick up a vanilla spawner. I could use teleposers. Yeah, teleposers going to be a lot longer to get to. So I'll see about researching this, get one of these made so we can bring a vanilla spawner into the spatial cell, and then get it. So I've got about an hour's worth of work to do, and I need to get the quantum bridge in there, get it all powered up so we can get in and out of there using a teleporter, and then I'll get this finished off. I'll get that one dislocation focus thing made, and we should be back. We shall work on getting ourselves an Enderman spawner and see if it goes all horribly tits up and covers me in Enderman. I think I'm ready to go with the next part, and check this out. I don't know if you can see, but if you look inside the Tesseract, you might not be able to pick it up on camera. The Tesseract is full of Nick Cage. Wow, that's fucking terrifying. I can only presume that's an April Fool's thing, maybe, I don't know. I looked in there and I thought, what the hell is that looking at me? It's Nick Cage. Of course it is. So, Nick Cage is in your Tesseracts. Brilliant. I do an impression, but I can't do one. Anyway, right. I have been busy. I don't actually need the dislocation thing yet. The dislocation thing is when you are moving an already stabilised one. That's what the comment told me. Again, I didn't check who told me the comment. I just read it. But the comment said that with the one of dislocation, you can move a spawner and it doesn't lose the mob essence, the mob soul, which is the key part. We don't want to lose the mob soul. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I put the mob spawn in the right place. So I've just grabbed a zombie spawner. I went into give me a thing that in it. I went into the Runic dungeon, no one did early in the series, and yeah, I've done a bit of work. I've finished this cell up here, so this one can now go into the next cell. We've got any mobs up here. Let's have a quick check. Skellington. Just keep. Oh, I hear the hiss. Where did he come from? You can see him and hidden in the corners. So yeah, this is ready for our cell 3, whatever cell 3 is going to be. Probably blood magic. I do need to get processing and all kind of stuff in there as well. There we go. It's going to get very expensive on power, all this, you know. I've made a few things here. I made a draconic core, a wyvern core. I've got a nether star. I made a golden apple, a notch apple. So a notch apple is the ones that have the blocks of gold rather than the gold ingots. And I've got some ineffable glass. I need a bit more ineffable glass. Let me just bin them arrows. And well, in fact, we'll step through. So what I've done here, exactly the same as this one. I've now got 2 quantum rings, and this one goes to cell 2. So I've changed the name of these. I've called this one cell 1Bs. This is cell 2 spawning. And I have changed things around here slightly. Before, best way to show you this is with the remote network tool. Before, this cable here was running across and feeding into the top of this quantum bridge, and then it was feeding back and splitting off and doing 2 towers. So I was using quite a few channels, because the channels that go into the quantum bridge was using this as well. What I've done now instead is I have gone through the floor, and we have got a dense cable coming off the bottom of the one below this, so we can actually see it in there. Probably there it is. You can see the dense cable there. So that dense cable there is running under the floor here, and it's running to these. It'll be eventually these 3. So you see, I've got one there ready to go for the 3rd one, and on top of these 3, I've got matter transmitter. So each one has its own dedicated matter transmitter. Of course, we only need 1 dialing device. So it can all be dialed off this same dialing device here. So you can see there, cell 1 Bs goes to B cell, cell 2 spawning goes to spawner cell. Wonderful. So now if we go into the spawner cell, you're going to see it's exactly the same. So this is the cell we transported earlier up on the roof, and I've done a little bit of work in here. I've done all the edges with wedged up, so it's exactly the same as the other one. I've left the roof open, exactly the same as the other one, and I've put in a quantum bridge and a crafting terminal and our teleporter, exactly the same as the other one. What also I have done is I've built 3 little spawn pods for now. I'm going to build more. I've built 3 for now. What we're putting on the front of this is an ineffable glass. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need another 5. Okay. So 4, 8. There we go. The beauty of having the pseudo inversion sigil means making stuff like ineffable glass is really straightforward. Really straightforward. So these have just got quite clear glass, which I think it's too clear for applications like this, because you can't actually tell they're closed in cells. A little bit like what Hannibal Lecter's in Silence of the Lambs, perhaps, is the look I'm kind of going for. What I'm going to do in the first one of these, I'm just going to do a small manual for now. So I want to see how it works. And the Enderman can't go anywhere apart from in here. They may kill me if they if I get overpowered. So that's the thing. What I want is a lever. Okay. What I'm going to do is in this one, I'm going to grab my zombie spawner, and I'm going to put it down there, right in the middle of this one, like that. And if you put a lever on this now, does it actually do anything? No, right. Ooh. So lever doesn't do anything now. That's what we'd expect. What I can do now is if I put a wyvern core, no, draconic core on that, right click it with that, bam, that's no longer zombie spawner. That is now a stabilised mob spawner from Draconic Evolution. I can pick it up, it shouldn't break, please don't break. Stabilised mob spawner, there we go, and put it back down. It's got its draconic core in there, it's a stabilised mob spawner, excellent. We can upgrade it. Wyvern core makes it to a tier 2, so you see on the bottom there, it's now tier 2. If I break it now, I get my draconic, my wyvern core back and my stabilised spawner back. What I wouldn't get back is a mob soul. These need to have a mob soul in them to work. So, oh, don't want it there. Bit of a little lag spike there. So I'm going to put that there. This could all go terribly wrong, just so you know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upgrade it as much as we can. So if we look down the bottom left, mob type is nothing, because we've not got anything in there yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in my one and only mob soul. Bam. That is now an Enderman spawner. Now, it shouldn't spawn anything. Oh, it might be dark enough to actually spawn. So let me just put a lever on that. We can turn that off now. Because it's a draconic spawner, so I can run redstone conduit underneath this and have it so I can turn it on and off over here, which is probably a lot safer, to be honest. I'm doing it from there. What I'll do for now is I'll just drop under here. I'll break that block underneath it. Might as well drop down here, aren't I? Let me down, please. I'm going to break this under here, and I'm going to put the lever just there, which should turn it off. And that's cool. So I can turn it off at will, as long as I'm not getting kicked around and not too much, so I can get down that manhole, that air trapdoor. Okay, so we've got that. Now we can go about up the upgrades. So if we look at it, requires player true. So it needs a player within 16 blocks like a vanilla spawner does. One of these things stops that. I think it's another star. So if I click that on there, there we go. So now that's false. So that no longer needs a player near it for things to spawn. It's tier 1. You see there if I hold shift, there we go, it tells you what you need. Required players, another star, ignore spawn requirements, not chapel. So we'll put that on next. Bam. So what we're going to get is these guys spawning. Hopefully I should be able to that one's gone up there already. Hang on, let me quickly. Music and sounds, hostile creatures. Let's put you down at 10. Will that help? So because we've not actually upgraded the spawn rate, we're still spawning pretty slow. What I can do now though, it's a Wyvern core. And if I had, so now it's a tier 2, so we should get quicker spawns. As soon as I get a awakened core, I can make it into a tier 3. A tier 3 spawns really quick. As you can see, we're getting 3 at a time. Now what we're not getting, of course, is this isn't automated as yet. But it's not a big deal. What I can do to make it automated, autonomous activator here. The thing is though, it'll only strike if the mob's in that block there. The tricky bit with the thing is getting pushed through the glass like that. As you can see, I've got a pretty nice fast way of killing these guys. And hopefully I'm going to get a chance of a mob soul pretty quick. So looking at the spawn rates, these mob soul drop rates, it's 1,000 to 1 standard. According to the Brandon, I think it's called Brandon, the mob developer, according to his thread, it's with a draconic sword, like what I'm using, with a Reaper 4, I've actually got Reaper 5 on, then I should have 166 to 1 chance of getting a mob soul. Now, to put that in perspective, the Tinker's Construct little red hearts, they're a 200 to 1 drop. So I should have more chance of getting a mob soul than I've got of getting a Tinker's red heart. It's quite hard to talk and concentrate at the same time. There we go, we've got one. Excellent. So there's... oh, we've got a dimlet. That's weird. What the hell have I got a dimlet? Must be a small drop chance on dimlets as well. So there we go, we've got one. So what I can do now is... I could automate this because this is AoE. I actually want to see how it works. Now, I've had a little play around in my single player test world. And with the upgraded one of these, with the Staff of Power, that can do a 25 AoE. 25 block AoE, which is ridiculous. and also awesome. What that can do for you is, yeah, they are teleporting a little bit, aren't they? But they can't really go anywhere apart from just outside here. Of course, when this is automated, they're only teleporting because I'm here, I think. Right, so only got one. Right, let's sort a couple of things out then. Let's see, have I got any autonomous activators made? No. Okay, let's go the other route then. Let's jump through here and borrow one. So back into the overworld here. Where do I put my power cell? Just left it up top. Let's break this guy. And let's go get my power cell, which is going to be over here. Might not need the power cell actually, because it's got power in it, it might be okay. Check how much the mana cookie fills us up. If you've not seen that before, there we go, 1 mana cookie. The best food, if you don't want to eat it all the time. Is that all I need? I think so. Let's jump back in then. So of course, if we feed this power, we're going to want it that way. No, we're not. I'm going to want it the other way. Completely the wrong way. Oh, bit of a spike. There we go. So if we have that pointing that way, then in here, I'm going to go. It's got full power at the minute, so we'll see how much power it uses. I'm getting little lag spikes, it seems. Turn that off. We'll turn that to left click. We're going to have first slot only, and I'm going to put my draconic sword in there. We're aiming level. We'll drop under here and turn this on now. We're also going to need, once this is automated, of course, something to collect these items. It's not going to collect themselves. And the XP. Oh yeah, I'm going to get a little lag spike thing. I think, you know, I think it's when I do a lot of a lot of dimension hopping. So if one of them comes close enough to that, should knack him. But the fact is, it's only got a small AoE. I'm gonna have to restart this the client on the server. Ooh. There we go. So when one comes close enough, or if you use the staff of power, one will always come close enough. So I need somewhere collecting this. Oh, that lag spike's terrible. Right, I'm going to have to get out of here. I'm going to have to cut and come back. I'll work until I've got 4 of these mob souls, then we can do the dragon thing. We see that kind of works. I could also, of course, as recommended in comments, I could make a Killer Joe, which would do the entire area there. And you can place the sword in the Killer Joe's hand to increase the mob soul drop rate, so that should work as well. The thing with the Killer Joe is it needs to get nutrient distillation, so it will have taken a little bit more planning to do than this. There's the only problem though. If none of them walk in there, they eventually will. Right. Okay, I should be back when I've got 4 mob souls. Well, sorted. We seem to be there. I made a vacuum hopper, just a void pipe to get rid of the XP, because I don't really need the XP. Got a chest there, and as you can see, I've got 1, 2, I've got 4. And this is, you can kind of tell how long it's been going by the amount of enderman heads it's got. That's enderman heads. And that's put a hopper barrel sucking the ender pearls out there to keep things a bit tidier. There we go. Look at that. I've got one of them now. So it is certainly better odds than getting them. So we've got 4 of these. I've also got an Enderman trophy, just for good measure. So I'll leave that running for a bit, just so you can see how much power it's used out of this. Ouch. It's used about 1/4 of the power out of there. It's used a tiny bit of power out of that. So I can leave that going. I will have to put a void thing on the ender pearl, I think, or make a better system that can actually handle what's getting dropped from these. But let's jump back into the overworld then. We should be ready now to make our draconic, to get the dragon back. Now, I have been told, and I did know, thank you very much, that I could go to a Chaos Island and kill a Chaos Dragon in the end, which is something that's added by Draconic Evolution. I don't want to do that just yet, because I'm not sure if I'm tough enough. I might be, but I'm just not sure, so I don't want to bother just yet. I need a block of draconium. I need 4 wyvern cores. 1, 2, 3, 4. I must be getting low on. Oh, look at that, yeah. I must be getting low on nether stars. It was in fact my last one. And then, bam, we have got a resurrection stone. Cool. We should have charged. Got 4 of them. Okay, I need to get our draconic tablet thing out now. Let's see what else it was we needed. Ritual of Draconic Resurrection. So I've got a resurrection stone, yep. I need 4 glowstone blocks, 4 obsidian, 4 diamond, and 12 quartz pillars. Right, let me get them then. So quartz. No, I want to make quartz pillars again. We get 12 quartz blocks. I want to make them into pillars. Do I just put 2 on top of each other? Christ. Quartz pillar, quartz block, is that the one? Yeah, 2 of them on top of each other. I should have just guessed at that. So 12 of them, yeah, and then it was obsidian, 4 of them, diamond. Got enough diamond? Yes, I've easily got enough diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and the last thing I forgot, glowstone, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Now, I have done this once before in Test World as well, and I remember it being very noisy. So I apologise in advance. Oh, I've not got my sword with me, have I? Let me turn that off. Take my sword with me. I could use my other sword, I suppose, but I'll just turn this off for now. Borrow the sword back out there. Yeah. Get my sword back. Oh, quick check in there. Oh, got another one. Excellent. Got 10 drills, so that must have been a thalmic one. And 4 miniature red hearts. Not that I need any of them because I've got an absolute ton of them. So right, let's go to the end. Bam. I need my bow. I've got my bow with me. I have, awesome. Tools can go in there. That can go in there. Everything else I think I need. I need my bow. Let's put that for that. Right then. So what I didn't do, I didn't look at the pattern, did I? In a flattish area. So you'll do. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tell you what, I'll put all the bits down. I think that goes in the middle. And yeah, I'll put all the bits down. I'll be back when I'm ready to activate this. Here we go then. Put my 4 charged on the taller ones. It says they only have to be within 5 blocks. They don't have to be this exact formation, but it looks better. And I agree, it does look better if you do it looking right. I believe we'll lose all these blocks. Quick, in fact, I'll activate this. This might get real noisy. But we'll activate that. As I said, it's going to get real noisy. What's going to happen is it's going to reactivate all these guys. It's going to be a bit noisy for a bit, I apologise. So you put the things down, you right click, there's loads of thunder and stuff. You look, it's activated all these things. Can I destroy them now? Or do I have to wait? The dragon, I've just looked at page 2 of the thing in the Draconic book there. I hope I'm not going to make a mess of this by destroying these before I should. On the page 2 of the thing there, it says that the dragon gets harder each time you kill it up to a maximum. Each time each player kills it up to a maximum. So it will be slightly harder. It's a slightly different colour. It's a grey dragon instead of a black one. Eventually, what should happen? Look at that. Something cool's happening. So noisy. Oh man. Well, I can only apologise for the noise. So you see, oh look at that, here we go. The dragon also spawns with 25 seconds of regen. There we go, so the noise should have finished now. And as you can see, it's destroyed all our stuff. All we've got left is the obsidian. Everything else has been wrecked. So, slightly nicer textured dragon. Very nice. Spiderweb wings. Oh, ouch. Alright, shall get on fighting this guy, and I shall be back when it's dead. So it turns out it doesn't seem to be able to be hit with a bow, unless my aim's just terrible. I was trying to shoot it with a bow, nothing's happening, so I've been milling. Ouch. Come here. See there, my sword is doing a massive amount of damage to her. I want it to like 3 or 4 times. Come on then. Ouch. That knockback is what the Chaos Dragon does as well. I think the Chaos Dragon does a lot more damage. Come on, Bessie. I never remember her name. What are you flying right over there for? There we go, sweet. And we have got a new hat. So now I can make some more awakened stuff using the same ritual I did the other day. And I'll be able to carry on upgrading these. So I'll get that ritual done between episodes. Next time when we come back, if we look in my AE system, what we're going to have now is a load of grains. There we go, we have got 3k nickel grains, 3k lead, and 878 platinum grains. These are from the bee combs getting produced. We need a way of making those into dusts. I'm going to use the RF Tools Auto Crafter, so we'll be getting on with that next episode as well. I shall get this ritual done. This is ritual that I blew up my base with the other day. I need to do. So I shall get the ritual done. I shall get more awakened stuff. We'll upgrade that Shovel the Wyvern. We'll get an upgrade for the spawner as well, and we should be able to make the Staff of Power as well. So that'll be pretty awesome. Right, thank you for joining me. There we go. I've got my dragon hat. Thank you for joining me. The Chaos Dragon, by the way, drops 2 hats, I'm told, which is pretty awesome as well. I should have dumped my XP. Didn't drop any. Oh yeah, 59. Didn't drop any draconic dust, but she did. Cool. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Bye.